out the water? We'll test this dry shampoo Monday on News Channel 5 at 6.
Good evening, I'm Russ Mitchell. Another prison picture of Saddam Hussein is published as the military investigates. Protests and killings break out across Iraq. We'll have more on that, and we'll have these stories.
What are farmers doing to stay afloat? I'm Bill Whitaker in Ventura County, where entertainment is the new cash crop.
Was it a day of long shots or a day of the favorites? I'm Lee Cowan. We'll have the math at today's Preakness.
Picture perfect. I'm Tony Guida. I'll tell you whether this 11-year-old phenom framed another masterpiece.
You think you're a Star Wars fan. I'm Randall Pinkston. I'll introduce you to some people who love it so much, they made their own Star Wars movie.
This is the CBS Evening News with Russ Mitchell.
The world continues to react to those controversial pictures of prisoner Saddam Hussein. This as a new photo of the deposed dictator is published by a British tabloid. In the Gulf region, some Arabs are gloating over the pictures, while others are calling it a violation of human rights. Mark Strassman in Baghdad has more on U.S. reaction and details of another bloody day in Iraq.
It wasn't just Saddam Hussein caught with his pants down. The U.S. military is also embarrassed. Another jailhouse photo of Saddam through barbed wire appeared in today's edition of Britain's Sun newspaper. Angry Pentagon officials are investigating the leaked series of photos, which many Arabs view as just the latest example of American disrespect for their culture.
We see that in Guantanamo Bay, we see that in Abu Ghraib prison, we see that with Saddam Hussein.
In Iraq, thousands protesting that disrespect held up the Koran and shouted down America. They're still furious about a published report, later retracted by Newsweek magazine, that U.S. guards defiled the Koran at Guantanamo Bay. Protesters also marched and drove over U.S. and Israeli flags. The Saddam pictures are fueling their outrage. And throughout Iraq today, more carnage. A pre-dawn ambush by insurgents killed 8 members of an elite Iraqi paramilitary force. More than 550 people have died in recent violence. And Sunni Arabs closed and locked their mosques for 3 days, protesting the assassination of Sunni clerics, part of a series of almost daily reprisal killings that keep edging Iraq's Sunnis and Shiites closer to civil war. All of this makes daily life much tougher and more dangerous for U.S. soldiers here, because the only thing uniting many of Iraq's quarreling factions is their deepening resentment of America. Russ?
Mark, 2 big questions remain. Who took these pictures and who released them? Do authorities have any idea who's responsible?
There are only 3 groups that are allowed to see Saddam Hussein: his lawyers, the Red Cross officials, and the soldiers guarding him. So naturally, the Pentagon investigators are going to talk first to the soldiers. The shame of it is that there are U.S. soldiers here every day doing great things to win over Iraqis. These photos undo much of that goodwill.
Mark Strassman in Baghdad. Thanks. For more perspective on this, we are joined by Michael O'Hanlon, Senior Fellow at the Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C. And Michael, let me ask you first of all, in your mind, how angry is the Muslim world at the U.S. right now?
Overall, I think, Russ, it's pretty bad. I'm not sure this incident by itself makes a huge difference. It's obviously a further aggravation. But overall, the Guantanamo Bay, Abu Ghraib, reports of atrocities even in Afghanistan, and of course the whole invasion of Iraq, which we see as a liberation of a Muslim people, but many Muslims around the world see as an exercise of American hegemonic power and unilateralism, and sort of George Bush at his worst in their eyes, has overall made for a very negative view of the United States. When you do public opinion polls around the world, in most Muslim countries, we rate favorably with less than 10% of the population.
Every time these stories seem to pop into the news, it becomes more and more clear there is a cultural divide between the United States and Iraq. How wide is that divide?
Well, I think it's serious, but it's reparable in the sense that even though Iraqis for the most part, are angry with us because they think we could have done better, and they're probably right at some level. They also are very glad Saddam is gone, and they are happy for their new opportunity at democracy, and they're fundamentally optimistic about the future. And these are not just my opinions, these are consistently documented in public opinion polls. Right now, their view of the United States is not very positive, but again, they are grateful for the change in their situation politically, and over time that could make for a strong friendship between the two peoples.
Michael O'Hanlon at the Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Russ.
Afghanistan's President Hamid Karzai called today for punishment for any U.S. soldiers who mistreat Afghan prisoners. Karzai, who meets next week with President Bush, said he was shocked by details of abuse in an Army report cited by the New York Times. In southern Afghanistan, 1 American soldier was killed and 3 wounded today when a bomb exploded near their armored vehicle. Religious issues are often contentious here at home as well. Joey Chen tells us the matter came to a head today at a commencement address by the President of the United States.
The audience looked tailor-made for one of only 2 commencement addresses the president will give this year. A small Christian school in western Michigan, Calvin College, whose 900 graduates would welcome his message.
Our faith-based and community groups provide the armies of compassion that help people who wonder if the American dream is meant for them.
But the event underscored restlessness, even among some Christian groups, about the growing role of religion in politics.
Stop the killing! Stop the hate!
A couple dozen protesters shadowed the visit, and more than 800 faculty, alumni, and students signed an open letter saying they were deeply troubled the president had been chosen because your deeds do not exemplify the faith we live by. They echoed the views of liberal Christians, even some evangelicals who say Mr. Bush is too closely tied to the religious right on issues like the war, the death penalty, and federal judges, and point out that Christian doesn't always mean conservative.
I just think we're walking a dangerous line right now. We're allowing people to say, I'm right, you're wrong. My passion is somehow more important, somehow greater, somehow better, somehow closer to the foot of the cross, as it were, than your passion.
The White House surely knew that Calvin College is no evangelical institution, so that makes it interesting, Russ. There are those who believe that President Bush may have been trying to reach out to more moderate Christians.
Joey, let me ask you, why did the White House decide to pick this college?
Does make you wonder, and many people have. In fact, some people have suggested there might be a link to Karl Rove, the presidential advisor, who has relatives who went to school there. But the White House says that the bond was formed in the 2000 campaign when candidate Bush made a campaign stop there, Russ.
Joey Chen at the White House. Thank you very much. In Jordan, First Lady Laura Bush opened a visit to the Middle East by calling for greater rights for women in the region, which she said is being swept by a springtime of hope. The First Lady went to Mount Nebo, where Moses is believed to have first viewed the Promised Land. With oil currently just under $47 a barrel, the president of OPEC defended that high price today, saying oil-producing countries need to pay for exploration and future increases in output. Baltimore's Pimlico had its annual Day of the Sun today, with the running of the Preakness, second leg of racing's Triple Crown. With memories fresh of a record payout in the Kentucky Derby, Lee Cowan tells us the betting public had a bad case of superfecta fever.
He may have been just lucky in Kentucky. It's Giacomo! But when a real long shot, Giacomo, a 50-to-1 nobody, surprised everyone who took the roses at Churchill Downs.
$5 win over 3.
Those either dumb enough or sentimental enough to bet on him went home rich. For $1, if you picked him and the other top 3 finishers, you would have won $864,253.50, a North American record. Only 7 people in the country did that. It's the kind of track bet that everybody dreams of. You put down nothing on a nobody, and a mile and a quarter later, you're up in the stands drinking mint juleps with the folks in the funny hats. And today's Preakness brought out those long shot bettors like never before.
Anytime you get that kind of money out there, $1.7 million to cash on a couple dollars bet, it's going to draw interest.
And $100 voucher, please.
Millions of dollars worth of interest, says Pimlico's odds maker. Not in recent memory were so many horses who took to the Preakness track today at double-digit odds, 10-to-1 or better. That's a long shot bettor's haven.
I'm going long shots all the way.
Last time it paid a bunch of money. Maybe it'll work out this time. You never can tell.
But here's the rub. The more people actually bet on these long shots, the less of a long shot they end up being. The longest shot was originally Hal's Image, set at 50-1. But by race time, so many hopefuls had bet on him to be the Preakness Prince, his odds had increased dramatically. It's part of the game, says the author of Horse Racing for Dummies.
Hype does kill the odds because people have a tendency to gravitate toward that.
In the end, of course, statistics are just black and white. The race itself is flesh and bone. If it were all just math on four legs, it certainly wouldn't be this much fun. Lee Cowan, CBS News, Dallas.
There will be no Triple Crown winner this year. 3-1 favorite of Fleet Alex stumbled down the stretch after bumping with Scrappy T, but kept running to win today's Preakness. Scrappy T took second, while Kentucky Derby winner Giacomo finished third. Still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, farming's newest cash crop, tourists.
Wait, did you see that? Go back. Clearly, that woman is trying to get more fiber and calcium in her diet. Now, it's so much easier with new Metamucil capsules plus calcium. Metamucil fiber for regularity, plus as much calcium as an 8-ounce glass of milk for strong bones to help prevent osteoporosis. Metamucil capsules plus calcium. Stay regular, stay strong.
The most advanced assembly plant in America is now open. A $1.1 billion investment designed to deliver the next generation of Hyundais and thousands of new jobs. It's here that everything we know about quality and reliability will find its way into every car we build, beginning with the totally new 2006 Sonata. A Hyundai like you've never seen before.
Millions of us are hospitalized with heart-related chest pain or a certain type of heart attack, what doctors call ACS. The cause? For most, it was blood platelets that formed clots which blocked blood from getting to the heart. Think aspirin and your other heart medications alone are enough? One more thing could help make a difference. Ask your doctor about adding Plavix. Added to aspirin and your current treatment, Plavix goes beyond what you're taking to help raise protection against heart attack or stroke. Plavix and your other medications work in different ways. Plavix, taken with aspirin, plays its own role in keeping blood platelets from sticking together and forming clots, which helps keep blood flowing.
If you have a medical condition that causes bleeding, such as a stomach ulcer, you shouldn't use Plavix. The risk of bleeding may increase with Plavix, and when you take Plavix with certain other medications, including aspirin, review your medicines with your doctor to minimize this risk. Additional rare but serious side effects could occur.
Add Plavix for more protection against heart attack or stroke.
Here's a fresh solution in bladder protection. New Serenity pads from Tena. With a unique soft top sheet with multi-inlets to absorb liquid faster than before. Serenity feels dry. You feel fresh.
Hey, toilet here. Please stop the running. Not just the old handle jiggle. It's the oldest trick in the book.
Don't tighten the screw up too tight or you'll crack the porcelain.
Okay. Thanks, Tim. And don't forget to fix that chair.
Ace, the helpful place.
I'm not a patient man. Waiting, not my thing. 1 hour photo, too slow. Fast food, not fast enough. Heartburn, who has the time? I take new maximum strength Zantac. It's so fast I can take it before a meal to prevent heartburn or after to quickly relieve tough heartburn. And the leading prescription, it can take a day or more to fully work. That's just crazy talk. For me, maximum strength Zantac.
Hey, buddy, move it.
I like this guy.
New Maximum Strength Zantac, the speed you need against heartburn.
I've been following your work.
Yeah? Why did you bring me here?
To kill you.
I am God in these woods.
A deadly fire ripped through a house in Cleveland, killing 2 adults and 7 children. The blaze broke out about 3 a.m. Officials say a mother and her 6 children lived in the house, and another child was there for a sleepover. Investigators are still trying to figure out the cause. Stunned sunbathers on Coney Island in Brooklyn, New York, looked on as a small plane crashed into the beach. All 4 people aboard the single-engine Cessna were killed. Witnesses say the plane was circling when its engine stalled, sending it into a tailspin. The heavy rains in California this spring have done millions of dollars of damage to crops, everything from fruit to rice. And that's on top of the losses farmers are facing from increased foreign competition. It's enough to inspire some farmers to go into a whole new field, as Bill Whitaker explains.
Right now, the main crop is strawberries.
When small farmer Craig Underwood saw his markets shriveling up,
We're having competition from Mexico, South Africa, China, you name it.
He did what any Southern Californian would do. He got into entertainment.
So what do you call what you do?
Well, everybody's calling it now ag entertainment or rural tourism.
Nestled in a lush valley just west of L.A., Underwood's working farm is also a tourist attraction.
What do we call that part of the plant? The root.
Drawing school kids and city slickers, paying to hitch a ride and pick some produce.
Mommy, look! My girls are the biggest strawberry freaks in the world, so I said, let's go pick some.
What did you like best?
I like the turkeys, the best, and the horses, and the sheep, and the cows.
Craig Underwood says he can get as many as 150,000 visitors a year. Now, the entertainment takes up about 10% of his farm, but produces about 1/3 of his revenue.
The entertainment side of this part of the business is definitely growing the fastest.
There are more than 600 tourist farms in California, raking in $75 million a year, a pittance of the state's $30 billion a year farm economy, but enough to keep a growing number of small farmers afloat. And it's not just in trendy California. In fact, the ag entertainment movement first blossomed in the East.
The farmers are being driven by an urgency, I would say, to try to increase cash flow.
Small farm expert Desmond Jolly says it's a fertile field.
The possibilities are infinite. Cooking schools, overnight stays, nature trails. It's just a huge, wide open field.
Back at Underwood Farm,
did everybody have a good time today?
Yeah!
Craig Underwood says he never thought he'd be entertaining tourists, but
the entertainment allows you to keep doing what you love to do.
I love to farm.
In other words, better show business than no business. Bill Whitaker, CBS News, Ventura County, California.
And just ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, the surprising little leaguer with perfect pitch.
Got an itch? Scratching tears up skin. Maximum Strength Lanacaine saves your skin from scratching with maximum anti-itch medicine and antibacterial to help kill germs. Lanacaine stops the itch, saves your skin.
Ask me anything about cranberries. I spent most of my life knee-deep in them. I don't have time to think about retirement, so I found someone I trusted to do it for me.
Retirement and estate planning from Mutual of Omaha. Begin today.
Country music superstar Phil Vassar talks with Prilosec OTC about frequent heartburn.
I used to get heartburn a lot, even on stage. All that activity would make heartburn kick in, and it made it really hard to sing. And then my mom turned me on to Prilosec OTC, and it really works. When I take it, I don't have to worry about heartburn, no matter how crazy my schedule is.
1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
Prilosec OTC helps me perform my best.
Thank you so much!
If you're a disgusting, damaging, or destructive bug, watch carefully. 'Cause this is the last thing you're ever gonna see. Presenting Ortho Bug Begone Max, the best lawn bug killer ever made. So strong, it kills bugs 3 times longer than the leading competitor. Not just 1 month, but 3 full months guaranteed. Bug Begone Max. Lights out for lawn bugs.
Know what time it is?
Time to shout!
How right you are, because triple acting shout works
3 ways!
See, spray and wash till it runs. Triple acting shout clings to the stain to penetrate and lift them away. To get out tough stains like blood, dirty motor oil. Triple acting shout does a number on the toughest stains. Got a stain?
Shout it out!
S.E. Johnson, a family company.
We're making better choices every day to keep our cholesterol and blood pressure healthy.
Like choosing to eat more fish and less red meat.
And now we're choosing a new multivitamin, 1-A-Day Cholesterol Plus.
Introducing new 1-A-Day Cholesterol Plus, the only complete multivitamin with polycosanol and heart-supporting nutrients to help maintain healthy cholesterol and blood pressure.
For us, there's no better choice.
New one-a-day Cholesterol Plus.
They got engaged on Survivor, ran the amazing race together, and now they're planning the wedding of the year. Rob and Amber get married. CBS Tuesday, 9, 8 Central.
Most of us aim for perfection in whatever we try to do, but few achieve it. Unless that is, you're a Little League pitcher by the name of Katie Brownell. That's tonight's Weekend Journal. Tony Guida tells us how Katie put her hometown on the map and learned a lesson about life.
Few people had ever heard of this hamlet in western New York where dairy farming is the principal industry and the school district is the largest employer. Many of the 3,200 residents of Oakfield admit nothing much ever happens here. That was before Katie Brownell. Katie Brownell, 11-year-old pitcher of the boys' Little League team, who 1 week ago pitched a perfect masterpiece.
18 batters, 18 strikeouts. They had 3 foul balls. That was the only time they put the bat on the ball all game.
No sixth grader, no girl, no one in Oakfield ever did anything like that before.
All the 7th graders came up and wanted me to sign their shirts and their papers and stuff.
Not only can Katie pitch lights out, she's also batting .714 so far this season. She's ignited a 5-alarm media fire.
This is a lot of excitement for a little village.
The only place Katie could avoid the long arms of the talk shows, the news programs, the sports shows, local and national, was in school, relaxing with her friends. But Friday night was her turn to pitch again. Twice the normal crowd showed up. Media coverage was intense. Shortly after 6 p.m., Katie threw her first pitch and watched as it sailed over her center fielder's head for a triple.
I was mad because it was on TV.
When it was over, a weary Katie had given up 11 runs, but she did fatten her batting average with 2 more hits, reason enough to sound philosophical.
Just believe in your dreams and go out there and have fun.
As the spotlight fades on Katie Brownell, the hope here is that the lesson she has taken from all this is that what's important in life is not yesterday's game, but the one she will play tomorrow. Tony Guida, CBS News, Oakfield, New York.
In nearby Buffalo, there's a small miracle to report tonight. Doctors say the condition of a baby girl born more than 3 months early is improving. Dakota Juanita Guido weighs just 11 ounces. That is less than a can of soda. She's so small her father can slide his wedding ring over her arm without touching her skin. The smallest baby ever to survive was an 8.6-ounce girl born in Chicago last year. Up next on tonight's CBS Evening News, when Star Wars fans turn filmmakers.
You're gonna love this place. 2 fireplaces, loads of counter space, and high-definition windows.
High definition.
Wow. They're the latest thing.
New Bounty glass and surfaces. It leaves your windows streak-free, so they're not just clean, they're high-definition clean.
Hey, what's that?
Would you like to see the kitchen?
Look for the blue dots. New Bounty glass and surfaces for a streak-free high-definition clean.
I'd like to redeem my credit card miles.
Yeah, no.
All you ever say is no.
And yet you keep calling.
That's it. I'm coming to find you. I am tired of no.
Ooh, I'm shaking in my bright yellow shirt.
You're going down. Ah!
Go from no to no hassle with Capital One No Hassle Rewards. There are no blackout dates on any airline, anytime.
I should work at Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
There will be some discomfort, but it won't hurt a bit.
Now with new Olay Regenerist Night, you can rest easy. It increases surface cell renewal by 50% for an Olay mini lift every morning.
Looks like heartburn.
Wait! They also have pressure and bloating!
That's gas.
We don't treat gas!
I do. Maalox Max. Fast heartburn plus gas relief.
Thanks, Max.
Maalox Max. When you have it all, treat it all.
It was a disaster. We never thought this would happen to us.
Most people become aware of their septic system when they have a problem.
It was like a greenish, brownish liquid. It was backing up into the tub. I was worried about germs and my daughter. It was disgusting.
Rid-X uses 100% natural bacteria and enzymes to break down waste and help prevent backups.
It absolutely makes sense to use Rid-X once a month.
We used to flush and pray. Now we use Rid-X.
Hi, Jay Bush here at one of Boston's famous universities to introduce Bush's new Boston recipe baked beans. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
They're slow cooked according to our secret family recipe with a touch of brown sugar, a blend of spices, and rich molasses for an authentic Boston taste.
I've only shared our secret family recipe with Duke, and he's trustworthy.
Welcome to Secret Family Recipe Revealed 101.
Duke!
Uh-oh, class dismissed.
Try Bush's new Boston recipe baked beans.
A wild shootout at Hogan's Alley. The PGA Tour's big hitters battle it out as play continues at the Bank of America Colonial. Tomorrow on CBS.
Finally this evening, at the box office, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, took in a record $50 million in its first 24 hours. That's the highest box office tally ever for a single day. Randall Pinkston tells us about a couple of Star Wars fans who appear to have a big hit on their hands without the box office bonanza.
I need your help, son.
So you think you're a Star Wars fan. You saw every movie more than once. It changed your life.
It opened up a door of imagination for me.
Shane Felix is just like you, only while he was waiting for the next episode to come out, he decided to make his own Star Wars movie.
Let's do a Star Wars film. Let's do something that we both love and enjoy to do, and hopefully involve lots and lots of fans.
It helps if you marry the right person, someone who's as crazy about Star Wars as you, someone like Don Cowings.
Wow, we can make a Star Wars fan film?
Quiet on the set, please. So for the last 3 years, Shane's been the producer, cinematographer, and film editor, while Don's juggled motherhood with screenwriting, casting, and costume design for a tribute to Star Wars called Revelations, a movie that they made in their basement.
I really thought I would just enjoy the writing and everything else was just going to be grunt work. I loved costume design as well. I loved bossing everybody around.
Okay, Ricardo, we have to get to the ship.
Like the original, this movie relies less on snappy dialogue than on eye-popping special effects. It's released on the internet and has already been downloaded 2 million times.
George Lucas gives Felix and other filmmakers permission to use his concept as long as they make no money. And speaking of money, given the size of his budget, what Felix and his Revelations film crew were able to accomplish is amazing.
For Revenge of the Sith, Lucas had a budget of $113 million. Felix had $20,000. Most of it went to buy a camera and feed the crew. Everyone worked for free.
The joke was, you know, you have your 9-to-5 job and then you have your 5-to-9 job, which was Revelations.
They bartered for equipment. The crew came from all over the world, discovered on the internet or at Star Wars festivals.
Yes, Force was with us.
Absolutely with us.
Absolutely. We had professionals who would come and bring $20,000 worth of equipment just because they thought it was a good time.
Well, this has gone on long enough.
Felix hopes Revelations gets noticed by a big studio with a budget, following the path of a film school graduate named George Lucas, whose first science fiction film launched a career. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, New York.
And that's the CBS Evening News. Later tonight, 48 Hours Mystery.
When a professor is gunned down, the clues are stranger than the crime.
Latex gloves, makeup, 2 wigs.
2 wigs, 2 sisters, 1 murder.
She was wearing a disguise.
A 48 Hours Mystery tonight.
Thanks for joining us this Saturday evening. I'm Russ Mitchell, CBS News New York. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on CBSNews.com. Brought to you in part by Walmart, where you can find everything you and your family need at everyday low prices. Walmart, always low prices, always. Experience CBS News.
Coming up,
Who would throw a dog over an overpass? Tonight, local authorities are investigating.
A fire investigation takes a sudden twist when human remains are found.
Also tonight, a new wave of weekend road construction could have you going nowhere fast. Details on all the detours. The news is now.
From your news and information leader, winner of the Emmy for News Excellence, this is News Channel 5 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Right now, police are looking for a man who threw a pit bull from an overpass onto the interstate below.
Tonight, they're asking for your help. News Channel 5's Tom Buring is outside the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department in Murfreesboro. Tom, do investigators have any idea who they're looking for?
That's just it, Jamie. They're very frustrated by this. They haven't had any descriptions. The woman who called the sheriff's department saying as she was driving along I-24 and she saw the dog thrown over the overpass, she was still unable to get any description. The dog was found near mile marker 93, underneath the Hoover's Gap overpass. The female pit bull was injured so badly, a state trooper had to put the animal down. The call came in Thursday afternoon.